Everyone, it is Saturday, August 8th. Today I have some breaking news. What happened last night, Trump had an unexpected press conference from his New Jersey golf course, which is pretty cool news. He went over some important things that I'm going to go over regarding the $600 unemployment boost and the stimulus, and we also had a change from Nancy Pelosi as well. All right, let's get into some negotiations here. So they did our negotiations throughout the whole week, and what happened is mostly nothing, right? Nothing really came together here, and everything kind of fell apart. However, Nancy Pelosi had a pretty big shift. She said that she's willing to cut the HEALS Act by $1 trillion, which is down from the $3 trillion. She's willing to say if Republicans come up $1 trillion, that she's willing to meet them in the middle, which is good news. I mean, well, that'll end us up at about $2 trillion, and that should usually fit in our unemployment and everything, all the benefits that we're looking for. But Republicans already said no to this, so not the best news on that end. Trump held a press conference last night that was a little bit unexpected. He said that Democrats are insisting on radical left-wing policies that have nothing to do with the buyers, and that's what's delaying the stimulus checks, the unemployment extension, and the eviction ban. He's kind of blaming everything on the Democrats pushing it back. He says, quote, Democrats continue to hold this relief hostage, and that he will act under his authority if they continue to do so. Here's kind of likely what that means that he'll do. Number one, it means that he's probably going to defer the payroll tax. I've gone over that a couple times this week. Typically, what we expect is that that's going to be through the end of the year, and that it would extend even further if he's still in office by the time that ends. It would be retroactive to July 1st. So, for an example, if you made $5,000 in the month of July, you would get a refund of about $375. We're not exactly sure how you're going to get that refund, whether it's on your tax returns, when you file your taxes, or if you get a check, kind of like the stimulus check. We're not exactly sure how that comes together, but you would get that $375 in some way. Keep in mind, this only applies if you worked during July, right? If you had payroll taxes, if you were on a W-2. So anyone who didn't work basically gets no help at all if you're out of the job from this payroll tax. So that only benefits you if you have been working. So if you have been working, you can be excited about that. If not, we're kind of screwed, right? To calculate how much earnings you would get from this, just multiply your earnings on your paycheck by 7.5%, or you can just do your total earnings in the month of July and multiply that by 7.5%. And then for whatever figure going forward, so or your next paycheck, you just multiply that by 7.5% instead of doing the monthly total. You can just figure out every paycheck what you're going to get on top of that. So just to simplify it, if you made $1,000 in July for a small figure, right, you'd get $75, which is not a whole lot, but it's something, right? And it's Trump taking unilateral action. So he says that he wants to extend the unemployment through the end of the year as well. A little bit tricky on that front because he didn't say how much he would give for the extension. He just said that he wanted to extend it, right? And him saying that he wants to extend it, well, right now, all we have is the $600 program, right? So if he's saying that he wants to extend it, or he's talking about extending it, then we don't know if that's, okay, well, are you extending the program that there's already is from the HEALS Act, or are you talking about your own number that you're going to be bringing in, right? We don't know exactly what he's talking about on that end. He also said that he wants to defer student loan payments until further notice. I'm assuming when he says this that he's referring to federal student loans, because a lot of those payments already have been suspended through September, so he's probably talking about the federal student loans. He also said that he would extend the eviction moratorium, but did not say how long he was going to extend it for if he was able to take action, right? Biggest thing, though, this executive order and everything that he's talking about in the meeting that he held last night, it's not official yet, right? Nothing has actually been done. It's just a press conference, so we don't have all the details on this yet. It's just what's Trump's team and him, what they're floating out right now. So stay up to date. I'll keep you guys up to date on what's going on. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all you guys, and I'll keep you up to date when I get more news.